Before I start, I want to pose the question. Do you find yourself chasing, or have you chased anything to get to where you are today? That being goals, dreams, ambitions, anyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And along with that, I was looking at a quote I saw walking into Nsoro today, Nsoro's office by Rumi, and he says, "Whatever you do, anything that you do," and I'm not going to hit the quote on the head, but he says, "Fall in love with it." So my introduction to Nsoro was back in 2018 as a high school graduate, and they expressed because I had contemplated going to college, I didn't really see myself in college, but it wasn't until I saw the statistic of it being only 3% of foster youth graduate from college. And going back to the quote, I'm like, that's something attractive about that. Mainly because I always said that if there was any challenge, what does it look like being on the other side of that 3% or on the other side of that challenge? Fast forward, because I didn't pick up on Nsoro right away, it actually came very organically how I ended up getting connected. It was through another scholar at the time. He was graduating the same year, and I was trying to figure out, man, the energy to get to college was now there, but the how to was what I had to figure out. But he said, "Hey, there's this thing called Nsoro. I have a number to Monica, and I can give it to you." And I think the very next day, I called them 15 times that day. And mainly because it was just trying to figure out not only who they are, but how do I get this paid off? How do I get that paid off? Because at the time, I looked at it from an educational standpoint. Like, how can they help me educationally? Because at the time, there's another organization called ETV or Embark Georgia where they help pay for tuition. And at the time, it was $12,000 a year, which was great. Met with Nsoro, they helped cover the funds. And then once they were able to get the money together, I was like, all right, perfect. Freshman year is taken care of. Then COVID happened. And once COVID happened, the $12,000 turned to $5,000 a year. So it turned to a big struggle, and the 3% became so large to me visually. It just all that I saw. Like, oh, this is why a lot of students don't graduate, because things like this or money goes elsewhere. You don't know where the money is going, and now you're at a 4-year institution, but you don't know how you're going to pay for it. And that's where Nsoro stepped in for me. Not only looking at it now, or at that point, they're not just an educational system, or they're not just an educational institution. They provide wraparound support. So from then on, not only did they help me pay for tuition, they helped me through their partners of AT&T, get a free laptop. They provided me with coaching, with life skills through Orange Duffel Bag Initiative. They were able to provide anything regarding, hey, I'm hungry and I don't have, food, food support, travel support, to come to events, to learn more about what they do, and meet other scholars that have the same thing that they were chasing, like I was chasing, which is getting a degree or learning more about themselves or furthering the dreams that they want to have. So everything was great until I met hardship of my own when Embark Georgia or ETV, that funding went away. And I found myself having to reroute my college experience and my college journey. And it really came down to a sit down with Monica and just her letting me know, like, hey, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here for you, whatever capacity that we can. And from that point on, it was although I found myself in what I personally believe was rock bottom for me, it kind of reminded me of this thing where, I'm not sure if anybody's a movie fan in here, but back in the old movies, they had this one guy, when he would dance in the rain, or he would dance or just sing a hoot in the rain. And I looked at it from my experience as just that. It's like being able to dance or being able to find a sense of comfort zone while in the midst of the storm I was in. Because it goes back to saying, if I can look at what's on the other side of this, then there's beauty in it. and I'll be able to, going back to the quote by Rumi, I'll be able to fall in love with that. So fast forward, I ended up finding my way back to West Georgia in a much better headspace, and having the backing of Nsoro, that wraparound support. I was able to graduate from the University of West Georgia as of December of 2024. Yes, thank you. And all was good until the next day. And you realize, oh, it's time to find a job. And of course, you think, I got a degree, it's easy. I've done an amplitude amount of things throughout my college journey to make me more than applicable to a lot of jobs that are in the career field. That wasn't the case. From December to at least the end of this month, I applied to close to 100 jobs. A lot of jobs waitlisted me. A lot of other jobs, I was overqualified due to the amount of things I've done. Other jobs, I had a specific length of things I've done in one space, being digital media and media. So all in while, that one turned to 100 into like a long waited period to where it could have been easy to understand how painful it is. But I remembered to myself that I'm chasing something. And I wasn't just chasing college. I wasn't just chasing a job. I was chasing the things that I felt passionate about. I feel like God has provided for me and He has called me to do. So in the midst of waiting, I found new passions within advocacy, new passions within how Nsoro was for me. I could reach back down and pull a few more others and tell them not only just about Nsoro, but just let them know through my journey that it is possible for you to do all the things that you are chasing. So just being that person that can bring people up has been amazing. And now, through Cherry Street Energy and through amazing relationships that I found, I was able to, or I am able to find employment as a warehouse associate. And not only just that, being able to use my gift, that being able to use my testimony or my experience to help the next youth who are thinking that it's impossible or it's unfathomable to get here, or even not even just youth, just people who I've met along the way. Just be able to tell them that long as you're chasing something, it's always possible. I'm a big advocate of my faith. No matter where I was, being at the lowest point of my life or even a perceived high, my faith has allowed me to see how God's moving in my life. So, in short, I would say through Nsoro, and I know it's a bit cliche, but it's through their Nsoro Works program, Nsoro does work. Not only in a way that is wraparound support, but it's a community. It's a community that starts from the board members, and it also includes the Nsoro scholars and alumni that are participants that go through the system, that understand that being through the foster care system, through Nsoro, through collegiate, it is a community that helps each other. And I have been able to lean on the shoulders of fellow scholars and alumni regarding any and everything I needed help with, no matter if it was academics or just life and that next step. So I won't ever say that Nsoro is just a institution or a organization. It is a community that leans on each other and that builds each other up. So yes, my name is Reginald Holloway. I thank you for your time. And although I am at a good place right now, I'm still chasing something.